The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for The Media Zone with your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And the chance to win free movie tickets with the Poster Pairs game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Welcome to the Media Zone,
or the $10,000 pyramid.
the brand new. We're getting off.
I swear to God, I'm waiting for Dick Clark to come running out here.
Of course, we are Ed and Dave from Screen Scenes. We've been off the air for a while now with new episodes, but we're back with a brand new show, the Media Zone, which we're going to be covering not only movies, but television and music. So we have so much more to do. We ran 300 episodes before. We can run
plus a few miscellaneous ones.
Many more with these new topics. And with us is Kim, who was the matinee lady on the old show. But I guess we're changing your title to what on this one?
The Media Maiden.
And you're happy with that title or not?
Yeah, I gotta get used to it.
I was going to just call her Kim.
Yeah.
But we have to have the title, and we'll see how that... This is a pilot episode, Dave. There's going to be a few screw-ups tonight, but we've had many already.
If we've had 5 screw-ups, it's less than any other show of Screen Scenes.
But we're going to work it all out. We're going to see what works on the show and move things around. We're going to have sketches on future shows. We don't have one tonight.
We have an angular table.
New set. One of the best set we've had. Screen Scenes and Dave Comedy Show.
Oh, look at this. He's got to show it all. Look at the lights. We have flashing lights, which I think we also had on the other set.
It wouldn't be
equally as annoying
Cable
as the other
2000 set without flashing lights.
We have the looks like a magic marker on plastic.
Now, there's something I didn't mention during our meeting before the show.
What's that?
Let's not mock ourselves and call attention to the magic marker set.
But it doesn't look like a magic marker on TV.
No.
Until you get up close and take a real good look at that sad-looking sign. It's a lovely job. What are we doing?
Changing color.
Oh, look, it changes colors, too. Watch. Can we do that again? Ooh.
It's a nice little set here.
Yeah.
We don't have to call attention to the one flaw on the set, which was the magic marker here. Fine looking set and desk, well constructed after a few test runs.
They only could see the cement blocks holding the thing together.
Things we weren't going to do on our new show, but we got to bring up during the meeting.
I only mock this out of jest.
Yes.
It's a fine, nicely constructed set on a limited budget. Mm-hmm. And this is what you use. You use whatever you can to hold a set together without spending mucho bucks. And there you have it, creativity. People don't see these little things down here holding the set up. It looks wonderful.
It looks a lot better than that set for Hometown News, or what was that show, that local news show?
I don't know.
Hometown, Our Town Theater News or whatever. I saw that set, and that was pretty awful. But anyway, we got to get moving. We have a lot to cover tonight. We have 3 new films we're going to be looking at. That's going to be, of course, a segment we're going to be doing, just like the old show.
Right.
We're going to be looking at an old TV schedule. We're going to be going back in time, if it works out, and if it doesn't, we may be scrapping it. But tonight we're doing 1971.
Well, look, Screen Scenes didn't work out, and it took us 10 years to scrap that.
Yeah. And also tonight, a brand new game we're unveiling with Kim called the Crosswits, not to be confused with that It's just about the same as that old Crossword series with Barbara Rhodes, who was always on that from the Choir Boys.
You know, every time I think of her, I think of the guy that played Pruitt on Sharky, CPO Sharky. Who was that big?
The big tall guy,
Doofus.
Peter Isaacson. He was on that show.
He
too.
reminds me. I just like those two belong together because wasn't she like some big broad?
Yeah.
And he was this big guy.
See, this is why we have Media Zone. We can cross the boundaries to game shows. We can talk about with Barbara Rhodes or Gene Rayburn. But right now, let's jump into a new film, Dave.
Oh, that's last.
It's The Vampire in Brooklyn, directed by Wes Craven.
Who brought us?
Nightmare on Elm Street and many other bad horror movies throughout the years. The People Under the
Deadly
Stairs,
Friend.
Deadly Friend with the basketball. I don't know. He can handle horror and comedy, I guess, together.
Well, that's sort of what Nightmare on Elm Street turned out to be. Although he didn't do much with them after the first, until the last one. But this is with Eddie Murphy trying to make a comeback.
If
so-
this doesn't work, we always have the Nutty Professor waiting in the
That's
wings.
right.
Ah!
That's right. Oh boy.
Well, let's take a look at the trailer now for The Vampire in Brooklyn.
Actually through the rib cage, but that's a good miss.
You got the dropsies.
I'm a cop. If you try anything, I'll shoot you.
Don't know how this is going to work, Dave.
I don't know. Eddie Murphy once again playing several parts in the film. Is this because they don't want to pay other actors and they figure they get off cheap and we'll have him play 2 or 3 parts?
Well, they figured it worked
he's
out.
so
and
talented.
That Coming to America kind of worked, and that was probably the best part of that film. So let's try it again.
That was a funny movie.
That was pretty good. We'll see when this comes out soon to a theater near you.
And you too.
And you. Powder is next, Dave. Now, this is a bizarre film.
It is bizarre because I don't really know what it's about.
Another thing I forgot to bring up during the meeting. This is the pilot show, where we don't mention that Dave hasn't seen a film since Jurassic Park in the theaters.
Yeah, I think that was it.
But Powder, Jeff Goldblum, speaking of Jurassic Park, is in this film.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like a bizarre E.T. type of creature thing or something. I
There's
don't know.
some kid who has like powers, supernatural powers. Supernatural powers.
And no toupee. Let's take a look at Powder.
An unborn child experiences everything that the mother experiences.
The neighbors talk about him like he's some kind of a phantom.
It's The Fly 2 there, the hair is sticking out.
And starring Victor Buono as King Tut.
Feeling that you would change everything.
I don't think this is going to draw people into the theaters, Dave.
You don't think so?
Looking at that, E.T. was a lot cuter there.
But he's not an alien. He's human.
He looks funny.
He's
and he's not an animatronic model.
much like that deer that was laying on the ground. But that
I don't know.
was, powdered. I don't know. Looks like I don't know. He has more power than Uri Geller.
Who's that? The guy,
The
psychic guy?
Yeah, the guy who bends spoons. He just like looks at spoons and they bend. Next film.
Yeah, I don't hold any promise for this film, Dave.
But we're not reviewing these films,
No,
Ed.
we're not right
We are
now.
merely allowing.
Sometimes we will.
Well, you will. We're just allowing the mass public, the millions watching, to see what's out there, and they can judge for themselves what to watch next.
The Scarlet Letter. Let's take a look at some scenes from this film.
Friends and fellow voyagers in the greatest of all dreams, if we are to succeed in building our new Jerusalem, then the power of love, yea, his divine love, must bind our hearts as one. Behold, the devil's own child!
Scarlet Letter,
Based on the book.
but the ending has changed.
Why?
Happier ending.
Oh.
You can't have that depressing ending.
Why not? What's wrong? That's part of life. Depressing endings is part of life.
Mm-hmm.
Why
It's
can't
like
we
that
have-
7. That's a
didn't-
depressing ending.
Was it? Oh yeah, it was. I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I went to see
That's
that.
what we're doing.
Yeah. A lot of people getting killed in that movie.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're using the 7 things.
Deadly sins.
Yeah,
The things.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Scarlet Letter, of course, the nudity thrown in. That has to be there.
Oh, I'll have to see that movie.
Demi Moore movie.
Yeah. Well, you
Another-
figure $10 million, you want to see something.
I know, but we may as well wait to the stripper movie now because you don't want to see a couple seconds here. I'm sure we're going to see more there. And this movie's
That would be the Paul Verhoeven directed film starring Elizabeth Berkley from Saved by the Bell. Mm-hmm. See, I know these things.
no, that's Showgirls. This was
Oh, Showgirls. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right.
Which is also better.
Well, that's right. Demi Moore's doing a strip. Showgirls was already out, wasn't it?
That's out and at the Buck Theater.
It's going already.
$2 already.
People
Yeah.
didn't want to go see that nudity. I'm sorry, I get my stripping films confused because, after you've seen 20 of them, they all look the same.
There are many coming out. It's
That's right, Demi
easy to
Moore.
be confused. There's Showgirls.
Showgirls.
There's
Strippers.
with Demi Moore. And then there's Strippers. There's
Oh, wait a minute, she's stripper? She's a singular stripper?
I think she has a stripper, but then there's one with an S.
And then
on
there's
it,
a
too.
plural strippers. Mm-hmm. And who's in that? Or is that just
That's a low budget ripoff.
Is it like a documentary or
No, that was another one that was out last year, a documentary on.
strippers?
Yes. Many coming out because of this AIDS scare and the safe sex. People can only go to theaters
Now
now.
we'll go to watch our TV and watch people get naked.
Okay, hey, it's time to look at Kim for a moment and
Speaking of stripping,
and remind everyone that they should get a pen and paper out because we've got one dandy of a game that's going to cause you to concentrate and stare at your screen.
if you look real closely, a weird picture will appear.
It's like those 3D things. You're going to be cross-eyed looking at this puzzle. Okay, now
That's why it's called Crosswits.
Crosswits, you're going to be cross-eyed by the time this game's over. Now, what we're going to do here, we're going to try this segment. I have written out the whole 1971 schedule, the prime time and the Saturday, but I don't think we're going to get to it all.
And of course, the reason for doing 1971 was because just a number that came into Ed's head.
Just a place to start with this and see how it works. Now, I think it's fun to go back to the old TV schedules and look at the shows that were on then and see if you remember which ones you watched or which order. Do you think that would be fun to do?
It would be fun. It would be fun. Oodles and oodles of fun.
Let's see how much fun it is, and then if it's not, we'll scrap it. But I think it'll be fun.
Okay.
71.
1971.
Picture us back in 71. What? How many years ago now? 24 years ago?
Yeah, for most of us.
Long time ago, Dave.
Yes.
But we were young little 9-year-olds sitting in front of the TV.
You were?
Kim, yeah, we were wrong.
Oh, I was like 3.
Kim was still in the womb, I think. Weren't you at that point?
What year?
71?
No, I was 2.
Okay.
Oh.
Here we go. ABC, CBS, and NBC, all we had back then.
NBC Channel 6, CBS Channel 10, ABC Channel 13, before the mixing and matching.
I believe that's what it was.
Yes, it was.
So 8 o'clock on Mondays, we had Nanny and the Professor and a local show.
With Richard Long, Nanny and the Professor from the Big Valley.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Do you have a feeling when you think back in ABC, CBS, and NBC in the old days that the networks have a certain feeling to you? Like CBS was like
Yes.
bright shows,
Yes.
video shows.
Yes.
ABC was like kind of grainy
I
programming.
found NBC to be the grainier.
That was grainy, yeah.
and CBS to be more clear. Yeah, that's just the way it Channel
You had
10.
the same feeling,
I did. NBC, Channel 6, I found to be like older, grainy, filmy. I don't know what it is about that. It's kind of like watching football.
Thank God it's not me.
It's like watching football. I find and this, of course, means nothing to you since you don't watch football, but I find the NFC to be clear, crisp, and the AFC to be kind of grainy and gray. Just a feeling.
Funny when you think about how that is. But Nanny and the Professor, that's one of those grainy shows. Local. Gunsmoke was CBS, and Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In
Two shows I never watched.
Do you remember watching any of those?
I remember them, but I don't.
We only had 8 to 9 o'clock. Then I think we were in the sack.
But it could have been.
9 o'clock we had football.
Much like then, I was. Never mind.
I think I watched a lot of CBS back then. We had Here's Lucy. That's the one you don't see anymore, where the little puppet was in the beginning.
Wasn't it wearing like a little tight little outfit with the top hat or whatever? And the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I want to
remember
see.
I got the-
60-year-old Lucy in some kind of a skimpy outfit. She was bad enough when she was in her 30s.
Thank God it was only a puppet then. I remember I got to stay up late to watch that for an extra half hour.
Oh,
because I liked
well,
that.
there's a reason.
Doors Day, that came and went. My Three Sons, that was on 10 o'clock. That was awful late.
That show lasted like 20 years, didn't it?
Yeah, and it was hanging on here.
Oh, there it
we
is.
go.
Right, Teresa, listen. Can we hear that theme music? Wow.
Maybe we can hear a little bit of the opening music and let it run a second here. It was for the whole run of the 15 years it was on. It was the same opening music.
Oh,
Tina Cole, this
is the later.
These were the later ones. Beverly
Beverly
Garland.
Garland.
This was, it is.
But everyone-
Here we go. Listen up. 15 years, we saw the same shot of the house and the stuff they moved once, I think. Okay, after this.
Francie Cordova from The Tonight Show.
Yeah. Do.
God.
Arnie, do you remember Arnie, Dave?
No.
Herschel Bernardi.
Oh, yes.
Was Arnie.
The bald dude.
Yeah.
That's right. The tall guy, right?
I remember
Not
that
to be
because it
confused
rhymed.
with Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that. That was not long, though.
No, it moved to Saturdays later on, the big CBS Saturday.
Spilling a little liquid on your...
Oh, Friday's been wiped out. We had a movie on NBC. Now, Tuesday we had the Mod Squad, Glenn Campbell's Good Time Hour,
Oh, boy.
and Ironside. I think I wasn't watching TV that night.
I remember those.
Later on we had a movie when they were 1.5 hours back then. Hawaii Five-0 and Sarge. Now, if anybody wants to know, if we want to go into any more detail, I have details written on these shows like Sarge. Would you like to know what Sarge is about?
Sarge is starred George Kennedy as a priest.
A priest, right.
And a lot of crime drama there.
Reading off my... The funny side, that was kind of a variety show. John Amos, I believe.
The man with the largest nostrils.
Wednesday, we had Bewitched, The Courtship of Eddie's Father.
Great show.
On ABC. Which one?
I like The Courtship of Eddie's Father.
I never really watched it
I like
then.
that.
Carol Burnett's show was on CBS. And we had Adam 12 and the NBC mystery movie
Yes.
with Columbo.
Columbo.
Do you remember the theme song?
Yep.
With the guy with the flashlight coming at the screen there?
Columbo, McLeod,
And McMillan and wife.
McMillan and husband. Yeah, Banachek. That was one of the later editions, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was in 71.
And was there another one?
That was all right now.
That's right. Okay.
We had The Smith Family and Shirley's World, two shows that disappeared, and Medical Center also on.
Chad Everett.
I think I watched some of that. Then we had Man in the City, Mannix, and Night Gallery.
Mannix.
I remember that. And of course the Night Gallery, which was on too late, I think it moved, but this has some creepy episodes.
Now, was the movie based on this series, or was the series based on the movie?
On the movie. This was where we had the weak premise of scary paintings, and Rod Serling was walking around and each painting told the story.
Tonight stars.
We had some bad guest stars here, and of course the Bride of Frankenstein there. Also, this was a scary one though.
Wasn't
With a
that
pretty-
Cameron Mitchell?
Cameron Mitchell, yeah. Thursday we had Alias Smith and Jones.
I remember that till the guy blew his head off.
That's right. One of the actors died in December, I think, the first season. And
Was it Murphy? Some guy Murphy was one of the stars, and wasn't it the other guy that killed himself?
Yeah, and they had to replace him.
Yep.
The Bearcats and Flip Wilson.
Flip Wilson.
Do you remember the Bearcats?
No, but I remember Flip Wilson.
That's what I watched, I believe. Bearcats was a 20s show with these playboys who were running around in the Stutz Bearcat. Then we had Longstreet movie and the Nichols. These shows.
Longstreet was James Franciscus as a blind detective.
Right. Dave has a good memory of TV shows. We didn't need these extra notes.
No, I knew that one.
Owen Marshall and Dean Martin.
Now, was it Owen Marshall, or was it Owen Marshall, Counselor at Law?
Counselor at Law.
With Lee Majors.
Yes. Very good. Do you remember these shows?
No,
2 years old. Friday, we had the Brady Bunch and the Partridge Family on ABC. I didn't think the Brady Bunch was on ABC.
No, I thought that was on CBS, and I
That's what I
thought the
thought.
Partridge Family was on
Because
ABC.
Partridge Family had that grainy look.
Yes, it did.
And Brady Bunch was a little clearer.
Oh, but for some reason, they were both on ABC.
We had Chicago Teddy Bears and the DA, which didn't last long. We brought in Sanford and Son. And later on, we had Room 22, Odd Couple, and Love
22.
Yes.
You missed the 2.
Yes.
You just said Room
I'm trying to
22.
speed it up. We're running out of
Oh,
time.
I'm sorry. We drop a 2, and that will help us significantly.
Love American Style, which was a little corny for its day.
That was bad.
Saturday night, CBS had the beginnings of the big Saturday night. We had All in the Family. I wish we could listen to some of this All in the Family clip, but I don't think we have time.
Oh, dear.
Funny Face.
Also All in the Family from CBS.
Let's listen to Archie for a
Listen how
second.
clear this is. Thank you, thank you.
Archie, do you always have to label people? Why can't you just get a lawyer? Why does it have to be a Jewish lawyer?
Because when I'm going to sue an Arab, I'm going to get a guy that's full of hate.
Let's listen. No, we can't listen to the next
Oh.
one.
And he's an intellectual and he wears glasses. You make him out a queer.
I never said a guy who wears glasses is a queer. A guy who wears glasses is a four eyes. A guy who's a fag is a queer.
What's classic comedy? You just don't hear words like that on the air anymore, Dave.
That must have been the cheapest show to produce because it all took place in that living room or in the kitchen.
Yep. We had the new Dick Van Dyke Show.
With Hope Lang.
Yes. Mary Tyler Moore, of course, and Mission Impossible thrown in there. And we had Partners and The Good Life. That was a Larry.
Wasn't Partners
let me get my sheet
all
out.
right, this was with Don Adams.
Yes.
And another
Dick Van Patten.
Okay, I don't remember who else, but they played police officers. One it was they were racially harmonious, shall we say? Police partners in that short-lived comedy series.
Very good.
I like that
I didn't
show.
remember that one.
Partners. It's kind of along the lines of Dusty's Trail, which didn't last very long, which was Gilligan's Island on land of the trying to go out the Old West. Hi, how you doing?
See, that's fun. I didn't even remember that, and you remember it. One more. Can we get one more night in here? Because I know we have a complicated game coming up.
Oh dear.
Sunday we had the FBI in a movie on ABC. CBS had a movie and Cade's Country or County. NBC had The Wonderful World of Disney on 7:30. This is when the show started at 7:30
That
back then.
flying little thing with the wand.
The
there.
Tinkerbell.
Yeah, whatever the hell it
Speaking
was.
of Archie's thing. The Jimmy Stewart Show.
Oh, I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember that.
Half
Show. He was
hour?
the head of the family. Mm-hmm. And I remember that.
And we had Bonanza and The Bold Ones, which was
I remember that.
Doctors and Lawyers series. So we had time for most of those. Well, maybe next time we'll do the...
So I pulled out the Monkeys tape for nothing?
Next time, I guess
Oh.
we're going to have to do the Saturday schedule.
Okay.
For 71, where we have...
Well, that was exciting.
That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Okay, now.
I'm surprised you knew the Partners. That was...
Oh, I love that show. It's kind of like When Things Were Rotten. Another fine show with Dick Gautier as Robin Hood that just didn't last.
Let's take a look at our new game, Dave.
Okay.
The Media Zone Crosswords game. And here we go.
Oh, we can have music dubbed over that? Like drum roll? Oh, then I should have done a drum roll.
This game will be revamped with letters or colors that are all the same so you can see where the game... This is like a crossword puzzle. Right, Matinee?
You know what this reminds me of? What we need...
Matinee Maiden? The Media.
Media Maiden.
Yes.
What we need is that red film to put in front of it. Little screen show.
There we go.
That'll help that. Oh, look at that.
That's a little better, but all of the background colors should be one color, like that dark red or whatever it is.
Maybe they should all be black and everything else white that's going to have the letters.
Do you ever see a crossword puzzle in the paper that's got 500 different colors on the board? Okay.
Well,
We're not-
paper's usually in black and white, Ed.
So these are going to be clues to a movie, a TV show, or
Whatever.
records, or whatever. Could be anything.
Some celebrity type thing.
And these clues are going to give us the name of an actor or a show or whatever, right?
Or a film, director, I don't know.
We're going to pull out 2 letters tonight. I hope it's not a vowel because there's an awful lot of vowels up here, and we're going to be here all night. What do we got there?
There, Maiden.
I and a P.
Oh, geez, it's that I. We're going to be here all night long. There's
Okay.
a lot of I's on the board. So here it is, the Media Zone address. We'll show it twice, once now, once and again.
While Kim is doing her letters over there. It's the Media Zone, P.O. Box 12534, Albany, New York 12212. But hey, you can read that, so I'm going to do the rules to the contest. To have a chance of winning these 2 free movie passes, send your name and address along with your guess and mail it to the Media Zone. Post Office Box 12534. That's the Media Zone. Post Office. Only 1 entry per household. Well, they can read. You're only allowed to win movie passes once in your life. No, that would be once. What do you say? At a month? 2 months?
Once a month.
Once a month. Okay. 2 months. Once every 2 months. Once every 2 months to give people a chance.
Episode.
Once every 2 months. Okay? Give everyone else a shot. Once every 2 months, and if more than 1 correct entry, I always have trouble with that. A drawing will be made there, and that will determine the winner. So let's go over to Kim.
Let's see.
Look at that. All her P's and I's are in there. And now you have to guess whatever that is, Ed.
IP.
Can you explain that game? It's like a crossword puzzle of sorts.
It's a crossword puzzle. It's very hard to read.
You have 1 down.
Uh-huh.
Can you point to that there, matinee lady?
Where the eye is.
Media maiden. 1 down. You have 2 down. 3 across. There you go. It's just follow that general rule of thumb.
Here's where you either got to throw a tape in the machine or get out a pen and paper and write down the numbers and the letters and the spaces.
Right. And that producer's probably hoping that you ain't doing none of that.
Well, he wants to give everyone a chance to win.
Right. That's why we're giving them once every 2 months.
Once a year.
Once a year.
We're going to do it, but
there you go. It's like a crossword puzzle. Fill it in, the rest of it, if you can, and then you'll know.
Work on it during the week.
You know the overall result of this. You'll know the answer. Mm-hmm. There you have it. There's the address. Media Zone.
All those clues will add up to 1 show or actor or whatever.
Is this just annoying me?
What's that, Dave?
This sign.
You don't like the sign there during the whole show?
Well, it's okay.
The pilot show, we're working on it.
Okay,
we'll see how it looks in the playback.
Maybe we use a different color marker.
Okay. Next time we'll be looking at more films.
Perhaps more films.
Sketches. We'll have a sketch ready to go. And
perhaps 1972?
71 we'll be taking a look at the cartoon schedule.
Ooh. Maybe we'll have our cartoon from the old show. Used to have on.
So lots of fun on the next Media Zone.
It can only get better.